Hello everyone and welcome to episode 20 of the Moaning Show. I'm HED Rules 0001 and first off I have to apologise for the lack of an episode last week, but I'm not getting many views per video at the moment. It may well be the fact that I'm posting too much at once. People don't have all the time in the world to watch YouTube videos. So, you know, my top 5 I think is hanging on by a thread. It's not that I don't have subjects, it's the fact that I'm getting less than 10 views, and for 10 views it's not worth the effort, to be honest with you. And that's starting off the show with a little bit of a moan. It's no secret that, you know, I don't have the best picture quality, but, you know, I've been told that this is more formal, face to face, rather than just, you know, speaking, you hearing me with a logo background. But it seems as though I'm posting too much for people to watch, you know, 2 videos a week, as well as that my wrestling preview and review shows, of which I haven't done yet. My new F1 channel is getting a darn sight more views than this channel is, so I will be concentrating on the F1 channel. We'll be getting, you know, a couple of Moaning shows, maybe once every other week now. I really don't know, but if you could give me any comments or suggestions for topics that you want me to moan, or you want to have moaned about, if that makes sense, then please let me know, either by Facebook or by comment in a comment box or whatever. But in this edition I'd like to talk to you about packaging, and all forms of packaging really. Every day we open up a packet or a tub or a bag of something, because most of us have 3 meals a day, and you buy butter, spread, margarine, whatever, that comes in packaging, and 90% of the time this packaging is relatively, I'd say, easy to open. And then, so like if you have a ham sandwich, most ham these days I would have thought would be non-deli counter, and I'll come back to deli counter in a couple of minutes. This packaging, so like packs of meat, they pack 10 slices into a sort of a vacuum packed packet, so to speak, and 9 times out of 10 I struggle to open it, my dad struggles to open it, and not only are your hands possibly greasy by grabbing the butter on the knife, you know, possibly putting it back on the knife if it falls off or whatever, you can't get a good grip on this little plastic bit. So yeah, that is the packaging. A tiny bit like that is the bit you have to peel off to undo your meat or your cheese or whatever. And then if you can't get it open, you have to get a serrated knife, stab it, and then just rip it open that way. We put everything in sort of like blue freezer or fridge bags, twist it round, and then put a clip on, or, you know, and then put it back in the fridge. And that's the easy stuff. Cardboard packaging, not just things you get from supermarkets, but I'm talking about, you know, cardboard packaging, excuse me, that you get in the post. So if you order something online, it comes through, and you're left with you're left with a lot of cardboard. Over the last 18 months, I've accumulated quite a bit of cardboard through parcels, and I just haven't thrown them away, you know. And just last week, I had 3 carrier bags full of cardboard and postage packing. I just went to the local bin, you know, got rid of all of the addresses and names and everything for identity theft and things like that, and then just threw it all in this bin. I finally sat up, I did it, I got rid of it all. But cardboard packaging, especially with frozen food, cardboard packaging is a pain in the backside as far as I'm concerned. 9 times out of 10, I know I keep saying that, but I go to undo it, and especially if it's got a serrated tag that you can just peel off the section. Most of the time that doesn't work for me. I pull it off, and so like that's the full distance, it goes about halfway. That's a pain in the arse. And even if there isn't one of them tags, I go to pull it off and it only peels off the little bit. Pain in the arse every pissing bloody time. But you know, so like if you got a box of fish fingers or whatever, this is just an example, and everyone's having fish fingers, so you finish with the box. Then what do you do with it? You've taken out the fish fingers, they're cooking, they're on the grill, they're in the frying pan, or they're in the, I don't know, wherever you cook them. Going off topic slightly now. And you have got this cardboard box. It's not much thicker than that, not much wider than that, you know, and tiny bit narrow, and what a pain in the arse that is to get rid of. Because of these recycling rules, you can't put on. What's the fucking deal with cardboard recycling? I live in Devon, and right in the car park, right near where I live, there is a recycling type centre. Newspapers and magazines, glass, you know, coloured glass, green, brown, clear, tins, cans, and you got the normal rubbish. Nowhere to put cardboard. You think that cardboard would go in the newspaper and magazines recycling bin? No, I had to throw my cardboard away last week. Nearly every frozen food is put in cardboard, and you can't recycle it. You have to throw it away, because there is a cardboard recycling facility about 15 miles away from where I live, maybe 10 miles away from where I live. I don't drive, so I've got to throw my cardboard away. I mean, it's bloody annoying. It's bloody annoying because that's not all packaging. So like if you buy a DVD or a game or a case or a CD or whatever, and you get a sticker on it that's showing you the price tag, like most things, and you go to take off the sticker, because so like if you're going to keep the game, keep the DVD, keep the CD, whatever, you peel off the sticker and you go to peel it, and then half of it stays on there, the sticky bit. So you got rid of the bit that's giving you the price, and you're left with this paper mush that's on there, and you think, yeah, I understand you've got to put a price tag on it, but this is going in my collection. So you're left with this ghost of a sticker that, you know, doesn't do anything. It's not only is it blank and you can't write on it with a pen or a pencil or whatever, but it gets in the way. So like if it's over the title of the album or title of the game, and you want to see the title of the game, and you can't, because it's stuck fast. You have to spend 10, 15 minutes if you really want to get this bloody thing off. You know, wet your finger and then scratching the bloody thing or rubbing it so the friction takes it off. And if you do manage to get it off, you're left with this sticky stuff that if you, you know, oh, disgusting. Crisp bags. Now don't get me bloody started on crisp bags. I've got to talk about crisp bags. Especially from the big crisp makers. We're talking Golden Wonder, Walkers, Smiths, if they still exist. You got a bag. I haven't quite got anything to show you. You got a bag of crisps. So you got a bag of ready salted Walker's crisps. Wonderful crisps, full of flavour, full of taste. You open it and it's not even half full, or just about half full, a tiny bit over. You've paid X amount for this bag of crisps, or if it's a multi-bag, you paid X amount for X amount of bags of crisps. You open it up and the first thing you see is that's the bag, yeah? Let's just say that's the bag. It will be that full. And that's how these companies make their money. They don't fill a bag and they charge you, I don't know, 50, 60p, I really don't know. And that's the way they get us. Now, I'd be perfectly happy with a bag that's that big if it's full. Now, companies that do full bags are Quavers, which I think is a Walker's brand, but it's a brand of crisps. Quavers, Watsits, and Skips. They are full. The rest of them aren't. Or anything like Transformer snack or anything that's maize. You know, Transformer snacks got up to 20p. They were 10p. They were 10p when I was little. So like you had like 10p, you could just go, look, 10p, boom, done. 20p now, man. It's cost of inflation. I mean, you must remember Transformer snack. Probably 25, 30p now. And they were weird flavours, or like spicy tomato. Monster Munch, oh. Now Monster Munch is another one that's quite full. I had a bag of Monster Munch in a while actually. Anyway, packaging. And now on to the worst culprit of the lot. I'm talking this packaging that is hard plastic, vacuum forming. Let's say you got a new control for your games console, or a new gadget like a Bluetooth headset or something like that. First of all, you get home and then you look for a way in. Now, these companies, in my opinion, are sacrilegious bastards that make the packaging for these things. I mean, a big corporation like Sony must have a packaging department. It's probably responsible for everything from a pair of headphones to a big, Blu-ray player, or flat screen TV, things like that. Now, whoever invented the sort of vacuum form packaging that you get on these things is evil, and is probably a relative of the devil. And I'll tell you for why. As I say, you look for a way in. It says open here sometimes on these packets. You open, you try and open it, and there's nothing. So you have to get a pair of scissors. I cannot name a time when I've got to one of these types of packets, I've used a pair of scissors and there has not been a sharp edge left. And even when you get the specific area that it says open here with a pair of scissors, you still have to try and rip it apart, and it's still bloody difficult, I tell you. Not only that, if you've cut it up, if there's a guarantee inside, or if there's instructions inside, like there was with the packaging for this, that gets cut up as well. Can you just please give us maybe a finger grip or something that we can just go like that and it's open? What is wrong with these people? And the last bit of packaging I want to talk to you about are biscuit rings. I'm talking to stuff like rich tea, digestives, custard creams, bourbons, you know, shortcake biscuits, things like that, where you can quite clearly see where the fold has been made, where they've put it together with the glue, I suppose they call it, and there's a little tag saying tear here. 90% of the time you pull that tag and you get a bit of material that is less than, I would say, 2 inches long. And you're thinking, well, what's the bloody point of that? Like the meat packaging, you have to go with a knife and then cut round one of the biscuits, which could cut a biscuit in half or whatever, but you can't tag that off. And there is one more bit of packaging I want to talk to you about. You take that off and you should be able to pour your biscuit into your barrel or your container or whatever, wherever you keep your biscuits. And these tags just recently have started getting a tiny bit better, but they're still tear here and you still don't pull thing, you know. You're supposed to be able to tug it round and then separate them and then pour them in your barrel. And the final thing I want to talk to you about packaging: soft drinks companies or places that produce soft drinks. Now, I suffer from tendinitis in the left wrist, and I cannot be the only one that has found just recently that bottles of carbonated soft drinks, that's a big word for me, have recently started producing half-size bottle caps or bottle cap lids. For a start, they were difficult anyway, when these things were about, I don't know, 6/8 or 7/8 of an inch long. We're talking about that big, yeah, for a bottle top lid. And now, I wouldn't say all of them, but the majority of them are not even half an inch thick, half an inch tall. So even then, you have to struggle to undo them. I end up using a rubber jar opener to do these things, and even then it's still bloody difficult. Now, what bigwig in business made the decision to go from that, which you could get a fairly good purchase on, to that? I'd like to meet that person and punch him in the face and say, thank you for making my life more difficult. Yes, you may be saving, I don't know, £500,000 on packaging and sizing, things like that, but you've made my life difficult. And I know I keep saying it, but this is definitely the last thing I want to talk to you about. Milk cartons and milk, you know, plastic milk containers, you know, 4-pint or a 2-pint ones. Milk cartons, they say they're easy to open. They're not. You have to sort of like fold it in and make sure there's a cap up like that you can, you know, cut using this pair of scissors. And the very last thing, and then when you pour it, it goes all over the fucking place. And the final thing I want to talk to you about is the plastic bottles of milk. You go to a supermarket, you see all these plastic sorry about that. As I was saying, plastic milk cartons, I suppose you call them, / bottles, where it's got a handle, and you see them in supermarkets. They're doing for orange as well and things like that. First off, these things are only just strong enough to hold the milk. They used to be really easy. You take the lid off, plastic lid, and then you've got a foil or plastic tag on top of the bottle that in the old days had a little, so that was the thing, and it looked like, I don't know if you can see that, it looked like that. You could just grab the tag and it'd come off. Yeah. Nowadays, this thing is like that, and it's sort of, well, up to the camera. It's sort of like that. It's half a tag that you pull. Most of the time, I need to grab it with my tag and yank it off, or go like that. Once it's off, it's fine. You just put the plastic bit on, put it back in the fridge when you finish with it. Until then, you got to do that. Now, can anyone out there answer me a question? And it's more or less a rhetorical question. What person who either has tendonitis in the wrists or has arthritis in the fingers, so you can't quite grab things properly, or if you're disabled, so you've lost a limb or something, or you got a false hand or something like that, how are you supposed to get these tags off? How are you supposed to open bottle tops that are less than ½ an inch thick? How are you supposed to open this shit? Packaging, yes, I do agree that packaging is needed, otherwise it'd just be a load of mess everywhere, especially in supermarkets and especially in freezers and fridges. But how are you supposed to open half of the fucking stuff? And when you have got it, if you only use a little bit of it, what are you supposed to do? It's bloody stupid. It is bloody ridiculous. Can someone come up with a reasonable solution? So like with these tags and things like that, you just... Someone come up with an easy to handle solution, please, for God bloody sake. So that's about it for this week's edition of the Moaning Show. I might go for one video a fortnight, I don't quite know yet. You know, when I'm getting less than 20 views for a video, it's sort of, I don't know, sort of metaphorical stuff in the face, as if to say, alright, the last subject matter wasn't tremendously important and things like that, but, and it's not the fact I'm getting fed up with the videos, it's the fact that I'm getting fed up with getting less than 20 views per video. It's barely worth the effort I'm putting in. So I thank you for watching, if you always do. I thank you for watching if this far, because not everyone's got ½ an hour. I understand that. That's what the pause button's for. But thank you for watching. Any suggestions for future shows in the comment box or on Facebook, or on the email address of the show, moaningshow@yahoo.co.uk. It's always in the description box for the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.